morning, grade 8. How are you doing today? I hope you are fine and staying safe at home. We're going to continue revising this chapter. Yesterday, we started to revise chapter 10, lesson 2. We revised how to make a stem and leaf plot. Next, in this lesson, we also learned how to make a frequency table. Let's review quickly how to make a frequency table. To make a frequency table, step 1, identify the least and the greatest value. Identify the least value is 68, for example, in this one, and the greatest value is 82. Divide the data into equal intervals. Equal intervals. For this data set, use an interval of 3. So the least number is 68 and the greatest value is 82. I'm going to divide them into intervals, interval of 3, like groups. 68 to 70. 68 and 70 are included. So this means that the first group has 68 and 69 and 70. Okay? In the first group, I have 68 and 69 and 70 in the first one. And in the second one, I have 71 and 72 and 73. And in the third one, I have 74, 75, 76. And in the next one, I have 77, 78, and 79. And in the last one, I have 80, 81, and 82. I write them in intervals. Intervals, I write the first number and the last number. Okay, then I'm going to count. I have 68 and 69 and 70. Okay, 68 and 69 and 70. For this intervals, here, list the intervals in the first column of the table. Count the number of data values in each intervals and list the count in the last column. Give the table a title. This interval, 68, 69, and 70. How many values I have for the 3 numbers? For example, I have here 68. I have here, I'm searching for 68 and 69 and 70. I have 70 and 70. For this interval, I have 68 and I have 70 and I have another 70. This I'm talking about scores. Score 68 and score 69 and score 70. So I don't have score 69, but I have score 68 and I have score 70 repeated two times. So I have 3 scores for this interval. Okay, what about this interval, 71 and 73? 71 and 73, it includes 71, 72, and 73. So I'm going to search for 71 and 72 and 73. I have 71 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 values for this interval. So I'm going to write here 4. Okay. For the next interval, which is 74, 75, 76. 74 and 75 and 76. All the values of this interval are here. 74 are in blue also. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. So I have 6 values for this interval. 77 to 79, 77, 78, 79. 77, here it is 1, 2, I have 2. For the last one, I will interval 80 to 82, which is 80, 81, 82. I have 1 here, and I have finished. I have 1. Okay, girls, this is how I make a frequency table. Okay, how I make a cumulative frequency table. How I make a cumulative frequency table. After I collected the values in each interval and I write them here, I write the cumulative frequency like this. The cumulative frequency is adding the frequency and the frequency above it. So for the first one, I don't have a frequency above it, so I'm going to write 6. For the second frequency, I will write the frequency and the frequency above it. So 8 and 6, 14. Okay, I write the frequency and the frequency above it, which is 5 and 8 and 6, which is 14 and 6, which is 19. I can add 14 and 6. I'm sorry. It is the frequency 5 and 8 and 6. 8 and 6 is 14. 14 and 5 is 19. Or here, the last one, 1. I add the frequency and all the frequencies above it, which is 6 and 8 and 5 and 1. 1 and 5, 6. 6 and 8, 14. 14 and 6, 20. So how I calculate the cumulative frequency? I add the frequency and the frequency above it. So for the first one, I don't have a frequency above it, so I write the frequency itself here under the cumulative frequency. Then comes the second one, I add the frequency and the frequency above it, and I add them and write them under the cumulative frequency. The third one, I add the third one and the frequencies above it, and write the sum under the cumulative frequency. Then comes the last one. I add the last one and all the frequencies above it, including the last one. I do not add 5, 8, and 6. No, I add 1 and 5 and 8 and 6. All. That's why it is called cumulative. All of them. And write the sum under the cumulative frequency. Okay. Before we had making a histogram. Use the frequency table in example 2 to make a histogram. Frequency and cumulative frequency are related to each other. I will just add another cell to the table to make the cumulative frequency. What about making a histogram? Making a histogram. Use the frequency table in example 2. I have a frequency table here. Okay, use the scale and interval from the frequency table. Draw a bar for the number of scores in each interval. Here. Okay, let's first review what is the histogram. A histogram is a bar graph, like the bar graph that we learned in lesson 1. Used to display the frequency of data divided into equal intervals. The bars must be of equal width and should touch but not overlap. In the bar graph, I used to write only one number down, but here in the scale down. But here I will write the interval that I did in the frequency table. The interval that I did in the frequency table, I will take it as it is and I will write it down in the scale. And I will draw bars, but the bars should be touching each other, but do not overlapping on each other. And also the width of each bar should be equal to the other bar. No bar is thinner than the other and no bar is thicker than the other. So I will write the intervals down according to the intervals that I used to do in the frequency table. So I will not be able to do a histogram without making a frequency table. So the histogram is related to the frequency table. I will not be able to make it without making the frequency table. So after making the frequency table, I will take the intervals and put it in the horizontal scale, and I will take the frequency and put it in the vertical scale. Then I'm going to draw my bars. Again, the bars should touch each other and do not overlap on each other. Let's start to answer some questions with each other. Okay. The ages, number 2, I'm going to answer number 2 in page 698. The ages of professional basketball players at the time the players were recruited are given. Use the data to make a stem and leaf plot. Okay. To make a stem and leaf plot, I have to order the numbers from least to greatest. So let's do it together. What is the least number that I have here? 80. Then 90. Then 20. Then 21 is repeated 3 times, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So 18 and 19 and 20. 21, 21, 21 and 21. 21 is repeated 4 times. Then comes 22 and another 22 and another 22 and 23 and 24. Okay. Count the numbers before you start to make sure that you didn't miss any number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Count here the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We didn't miss any number. Okay, what we're going to do next? We're going to make stem and leaves. I will write it here. I will write here. Leaves. Okay, then I will take 18 and 19. 18 and 19 together in a group because they have 1 as common in the tens place. 1. So I have 18 and 19. So 1 is here and 1 is here common. So I will take 1 in the stem and take the last digit to put it in the leaves. So I will take 8 here and I will take 9. I prefer to put a dash here, and 9. So in the one, when I have 1 in the tens digit, I have 18 and 19. So I will put 1 here in the stem. The last digit here in 18, I will put it in the leaves, and the last digit here in 19, I will put it also in the leaves. Next, 20. We have a lot here, too. Okay. I have next to it 0 for the 20 here. I put 2 in the stem. Take the last digit to put it in the leaves. In 21, take the last digit 1. In the next 21, take the last digit 1. In this 21, take the last digit 1. In this 21, take the last digit 1. In this 22, take the last digit 2. In this 22, take the last digit 2. In this 22, take the last digit 2. In this 23, take the last digit 3. In this 24, take the last digit 4. Let me move this line like this. If I want to read it, I have 20 and I have 21, 21, 21, 21. If you want to draw it like this, 20, 21, 21, 21, 21, 22, 22, 22, 23, 24. Okay, girls, left for me the key. I want to write the key. I will choose 2 dash. The dash should be straight. I don't have a straight dash here. Let me take this one. Or I will draw it. Dash 1. This is the key. Okay, girls? Write it, please. And I should continue here that the key means 21. How did I get the key? Question from Aya here. Okay, how did I get the key? I pick any number from the stem and take any number next to it from the leaves, from the same line. Take any number from the stem and take any number next to it in the same line from the leaves. Give me any key, Aya, by yourself. From the same line, pick a number from the stem and pick a number from the leaves. But it should be in the same line, not 2 and 8 and 2 and 9. No, it should be from the same line. Give me a key, Aya. 1 and 8, yes. How I will write this key, Aya? I will show you how I will write it. Aya picked 1 and 8. How I will write 1 and 8? I will write it like this. Key 1 dash 8, and I will write the 8, means 18. Means 18. And I will write this one here. Okay, you can pick a number from the stem and number from the leaves, but they should be in the same line. Okay, girls? Okay. We want to make a back-to-back one together. So teacher, the key, we will choose it. Yes, Aya, we will choose the key by ourselves. Each girl can choose a different key than the other girl. Okay, we will choose this one, number 3. We will answer this one, number 3. The average monthly rainfall for 2 cities in inches is given below. Use the data to make a back-to-back stem and leaf plot. Back-to-back stem and leaf plot. Okay. First, I have to arrange the numbers from least to greatest in Austin and in New York. Never mind there is a decimal point, as if there is no decimal point. Okay, I will arrange them, but decimal point, what we're going to do, as if there is no decimal point. Okay. Let me arrange them here. I will arrange New York down here from least to greatest. What is the least number that I have here in New York? It is 3.1. And 3.1 is repeated. No, 3.3. It is repeated 1, 2, 3. Okay. And let's take what comes next. 3.6. 3.6, 3.6. Yes. 3.7. 3.9. After I have 4.1 repeated 2 times. And I have another 4.1, and I have 4.2 repeated 2 times. Count them to make sure that you are correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we ordered now New York here, and I will put them under New York. Let me order now Austin. I will write it up here. Okay, Austin here, I'm going to write it. What is the least number that I have? I have 1.9. I have 1.9 again. I have 1.9 again. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 2.1. I have 2.2. I have 2.3. 2.4. I have 3. 3.2. 3.3 and 3.6. Okay, count the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, there is a number missing. There is a missing number where it is 3.5. 3.5. Now I arranged Austin here. Okay, let's back to back stem and leaf. Okay. Here I'm going to write New York. Okay. I'm going to start by New York. Okay. Because New York, I'm going to write it normally. Okay? From left to right in the normal way that I'm going to write the numbers. New York starts from 3.1. But here Austin starts from 1. So I must put this into my consideration to write in the stem 1. And also I will write 2 because I have in Austin 2. Then I will write 3 as the stem. What are the numbers that I'm writing? I'm writing the numbers that are in the first digit, because as we said that the last digit I always put it in the leaves. Other digits I put them in the stem. Three and 4 I'm going to use them for New York. 1 and 2 I wrote them because I'm going to use them for Austin. I'm going to start by New York. I have 3.1 in the threes. I have 3.1, 3.3, 3, 3, 6, 6, 7, and 9. So let's count. I have 3.1 as the last digit in here. Then 3.3, the last digit is 3. The last digit here is 3. The next number, 3.3, the last digit is 3. The next number, 3.3, the last digit is 3. The next number, 3.6, the last number is 6, so I'm going to write 6. The next number, 3.6, so I'm going to write 6. Okay. The next number, 3.7, so I'm going to write 7. The next number is 3.9, so I'm going to write 9. I want to this one should be 7 and 9 should be written up here. Yes, like this. So if I want to read like this, it will be 31, 3.1, 3.3, 3.3, 3.3, 3.6, and so on. Okay, what about the 4? I have 4.1, last digit is 1, 4.1, another 1, last digit is 1, 4.2, the last digit is 2, so I'm going to write 2, 4.2, the last digit is 2, so I'm going to write 2. Okay, the other back, Austin. I'm going to write the numbers, same order, but from right to left. 1.9, 1.9, 1.9. So here are the numbers that has 1 in the first digit. So I'm going to write the last digit in the leaves. 9 and 9 and 9. I have here 3 9s in the leaf. I have here 3 9s in the leaf. So I will write it 9 and 9 and 9. Okay. Okay. I have here 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4. The last digit here, I'm taking the interval that has 2's, 2 in the first digit. The last digit here is 1, the last digit here is 2, the last digit here is 3, the last digit here is 4. So I will start to write 1, 2, 3, and 4. The last digit here is 1, the last digit here is 2, the last digit here is 3, the last digit here is 4. So I'm going to write 1, then 2, then 4. See, how did I write it? I didn't write 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I write the same order, but from right to left. So when I read it, it will be 2.1, like this. When I read it, it will be 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4. Okay, 3, 0.0, 0.2, 0.3, 0.5, and 0.6. So I have the last digit here is 2, 0, 2, 3, 5, and 6. So the last digit here is 0, 2, 3, 5, and 6. 3.0, 3.2, 3.3, 3.5, 3.6. How I'm going to write the key here? I'm going to write 2 keys. Key for New York and key for Austin, because they are back to back. So for the first one, stop writing ayah. So for the first one, I'm going to choose a number from the stem and a number from the leaf, but they should be in the same line. So I will write 4, 1, which means 41. Second key is, for example, 1 and 2, which means 21. Let me write here the girls. So here I will put 2 lines because it is back to back. So 4 and 1, I choose 4 from the stem and 1 for the leaves. Got it, Aya? Because this was your question. 4 and 1, 41, which means 41, and I choose 1 from the stem here and 1 from the leaves here. I choose 2 and 1, which means 21. Okay, girls. Thank you so much for attending. I hope you got it. I know it's a little bit tall, this long, this question, but it's a little bit interesting and easy. Thank you so much for attending and see you tomorrow.